Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trip Around the Multiverse with your host, the vampire from New Orleans, Kyle Charles, and
The man of 1,004 holds, C.Y. Chung.
oh, Jericho. And
Yes, yes.
in this episode, we are would you say rebooting or revisiting?
We are watching I want to say the remake slash reboots of the movies that we saw before.
Yeah.
Some movies we saw before.
Yeah,
For your suggestion.
yeah.
So we watched previously The Thing,
The Thing,
from
1982.
1982.
Yep.
Friday 13th Part 8.
Yeah.
The Room.
Yep.
And Ringu, 1996 Japanese version.
Yeah.
And today's episode, we are watching The
We are-
Thing, 2011.
Yep. Which is a prequel, sequel. Who knows?
It's a prequel.
It's a prequel. Yeah.
Yeah. The Ring, 2002.
Yep. The American
The
remake.
Disaster Artist, which is the making of the room, technically. The
Yeah.
dramatization of the making of the room.
Yeah, and the book.
Yeah. And Friday 13th, 2009 reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay. So where do you want to start?
Um,
You suggested this?
where should we start? Okay. I watched The Disaster Artist first, and you watched that last, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I've seen it before, so
Yeah.
yeah. Whatever order you want to do it.
We'll go for this. We'll go first with Disaster Artist.
Okay.
Yes. So, for those who are not aware, well, you should be by this time. The
Yeah.
Disaster Artist is about the legend known as Tommy Wiseau, and it's filmed basically about how he met Greg Cesaro and how they came about.
Greg Cesaro?
Yeah, that's his name.
Cesaro, isn't it? Cesaro, you're like
Cesaro, whatever.
the wrestler Cesaro.
Whatever. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, go.
This is how they met and how they made the room, and it's also basically Greg wrote a book about recording. So he wrote this book, and it was detailing his experience through the whole making and everything, and it built traction. And X amount years later, Seth Rogen and James Franco bought the rights to it, and boom, you get this film.
Now, I think actually it's a really good film.
It
They make adjustments because it's not going to be 100% exactly what the book is, and they've got to make it dramatic and whittle it down to 2 hours about runtime.
Yeah, I think it's nearly 2. Yeah.
But it's very enjoyable.
Yep.
Especially the bit when they cut it together at the end, where they do the scenes exactly as the people doing the scenes, and you're like, God damn.
Like, it's so close.
Yeah,
literally, even like to the clothing, like, wow.
Yeah.
They're literally wearing the exact same.
I mean, there's sometimes when they play the audio, because they're both side by sides are playing at once.
Yeah.
Sometimes even the audio, the cadence, and the pacing matches.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, because they're not even doing it together, they're doing it independently and then cutting it together. You're like, wow, they actually nailed the tone.
It'd have been cool to see their actual. Say they did shoot the film while making that film. It would have been fun to see that version.
Yeah.
To see how it sort of worked. If it would be any better or would it still be.
They play. They're so bad.
That's amazing.
But good.
Yeah.
Acting in which they have to act bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, a bit of a
conundrum.
Twisted circle going on there.
Yeah. Some of my favorite things about the film, like they kind of like emphasize on the weird Tommy being jealous of Greg.
Yeah.
But like it can be seen as a weird romantic way.
Yeah. I mean, look, who knows exactly how true everything is in this film? But yeah, you can interpret it like he's just like 20 years younger plus
Yeah.
than Tommy, and you're like, maybe he's just a bit not like you say envious of how much this guy can still do with his life when Tommy's up to the point where he, it's not make or break, but he just, I have to do it by myself because I'm not gonna
Get anywhere. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But James Franco plays an excellent Tommy Wiseau,
Yeah.
especially after seeing The Room, and you're like, wow, he's got his behaviors perfectly down,
Yeah.
the accent and everything.
Sometimes he plays a better Johnny Wise. He plays better Johnny and Tommy than Tommy Wiseau actually does.
Yes.
If that makes any sense.
Yes. Yeah. I agree with that. I think that makes sense.
And
Yeah.
because I've read the book as well.
Oh, you read the book?
Yeah, I read the book. I would, if you can, I would say listen to the audio book of it. It is.
Who reads it?
Oh, yeah, he does it. So he does like Tommy's accent on point. It's amazing.
All right.
And like, obviously, they cut out stuff from the book because a lot of it in the book, there's bits like at the beginning of every chapter.
Yeah.
Greg does this little story where it's kind of hinting to Tommy's background.
Yeah.
And that's quite interesting, and it kind of gives you more insight of why, that's why Tommy's a bit weird because of certain stuff that's happened to him before. And obviously in the film they don't put that in there because then they'll make the film into like a drama rather than
what did you think of the actual film though itself, The Disaster Artist?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the random 90s pop music in it. Every time I heard it, I was like, this is hilarious. Even though you're in the 2000s, but okay, cool.
I think it's like we say, it's well acted, and they've got people that kind of gave you the same vibe and similar look to the people that were originally cast.
Yeah.
So they've done really well there. And very, very watchable, very watchable. But for good reasons. That's the thing, isn't it?
For good reasons. And there's lots of stars in it as well, which is quite random as well. You got like Seth Rogen, Paul Scheer, Hannibal Buress. It's just loads of famous people in it. You're like, they must love this film, like the original version too.
In the beginning, they get like Kristen Bell and some other people to talk about how
they love the film.
That's But look, it kind of set the tone for what you're gonna watch.
Yeah.
I saw this before The Room.
Yeah.
So I knew what I was expecting when I was watching Room, and even then, I mean, this was so much better than The Room.
Yeah, it is. It's just.
And I was like watching The Room, going, I know what they're making it from, but after watching this in front of that, it's just like, it took away not the glory of it, of how bad it was.
Yeah.
But it just this upped the ante of how much more entertaining it is.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like it's funny because it shows like in The Room, Johnny's meant to be like the guy that everyone loves, but then behind the scenes you realize Tommy's just a nutcase, and he's the complete opposite. Like he makes everyone on set feel uncomfortable. He treats them all like slaves and stuff like that. You're like, wow.
Yeah.
And even that bit when they're having lunch at the table, all like the actors and stuff, and they have their own theory about the film. When you hear that, you're like, huh. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah. He is quite okay, so I want to say the film makes it out that Tommy Wiseau is quite a character. Even though in real life, I'm sure he is quite a character.
Yeah.
I did like at the end as well, the very end of the film, where they have him talking to James Franco, who's acting as him.
That's probably one of the best post-credit scenes ever. That beats any Marvel one ever.
Where are you from? Your accent sounds familiar. Even though he's in the same accent as him.
Yeah. You're from New Orleans? Yeah, I'm from New Orleans. Yeah.
So very, very well done there.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. I
And
recommend.
also,
Yeah.
did you notice the Ready to Rumble poster in the background when he was auditioning for a film?
The what?
You know the film Ready to Rumble, the WCW movie?
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, when Greg's auditioning for something,
Yeah.
it's there in the background, and
All
it
right.
made me laugh.
No, I didn't notice. I didn't notice.
You got an eagle eye, mate. Eagle eye.
Yeah, but this is definitely a good film to watch.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay, so would you watch? Which order would you say watching? Like I watching the no, I say watching the order you watched in, right?
Yeah.
Because if you watch it in the order I watched in, you probably expect too much
Yeah.
from the actual room.
Yeah.
Because it's not as entertaining as it is made out to be. It is a train wreck
Yeah.
of a film, but it's not as comedic of
No.
a train wreck as this film makes it out
Yeah.
to be.
So if you got a chance, watch The Room.
Yeah.
Then either watch this and then read or listen to the audiobook or vice versa. So I recommend you, if you ever get time, listen to the audiobook. It's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, because I mean, look, there's not a huge amount of things to say about this one way or other than it's a good production, it's very well acted and everything like that.
Yeah.
But it's nothing that is significant. There's no points you could say, okay, this is notable or that's over the top of stuff like that.
No.
It's a very good drama. Dramatized, of course, and readjusted from I'd say real life, but the autobiographic book version.
Yeah. And it doesn't make anyone look that bad.
Yeah.
As well, because like
they do it for the sake of entertainment.
Yeah.
Not for out of spite or anything like that.
No, because like if they wanted to, they could have made Tommy Wiseau look like an absolute evil a-hole, but he's kind of sympathetic in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even Greg, even though he is the sympathetic character, realistically, because I know he's trying to live his dream and also be true to Tommy, but also trying to reel Tommy in from being a dick. So so I'm saying it's all good. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Will I watch it again? Of course.
Well, there's nothing else this will room.
Both.
Well, I could probably have done one without one of them.
Oh, I hope it's not The Room, because The Room is one of the greatest cinematic feats in modern history.
If I had to choose between watching the two,
of course.
My head of how good bad The Room would be didn't match up to the quality of what it actually was. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, like I was saying too, like we said on the other podcast, I reckon if you watched The Room first, you would have enjoyed it a lot more. Or like when you watched it in its prime, like when I did, you would have enjoyed.
All right. So that is that for the Disaster Artist.
Yeah, great film.
Which of the other three you wanna?
Okay. The next one I watched was The Ring. So do you want to talk about The Ring? Let's talk about The Ring.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, let's go.
Do you want to explain what it is?
Okay. Well, The Ring, American version with Naomi Watts, is a remake of the Japanese version about the cursed videotape. If you watch, the girl will come out. The girl will kill you in 7 days.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the baseline version of it.
Yeah, basically.
Now, I watched this, and I thought actually it's pretty well directed. It had that bleached kind of look to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. It had a little, it had good suspense vibes as well. It was like half an hour longer than the original, right? But it didn't put any fluff in it.
No.
Like the pacing worked, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Naomi Watts plays very well as the journalist lady looking for a solution to the 7 days that she's going to end up murdered.
Yeah.
And there are good things about this, right? And I'll cover the good things first.
Okay.
I'll say good things, you say good things, and then we'll go into the things that we didn't like about it. Yeah? Okay, so Naomi Watts is really good in this. Her desperation, as a character trying to... but her investigation skills as well, like, trying to go from next thing to next thing.
Yeah.
the guy who played ex-boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Was it Martin Henderson?
I have no idea. I know his character name was Noah. That's all I know.
Yeah, Martin Henderson. He was not bad either, but they didn't really get to do. Okay, so it's not like in the Japanese one where they're ex-husband and wife and they still kind of care for each other.
Yeah.
These were never a proper couple to begin with, if you know what I mean. They got a kid, but they kind of like they were too young together and they kind of went their separate ways. That sort of thing.
And
so you get a different kind of vibe there.
Yeah.
The kid played it real well actually as well.
He was creepy.
Yeah, but he looks a bit creepy as well.
Yeah.
It suits the mood of the film because then it's another creepy kid that's Samara.
Yeah.
I didn't. Okay, so I have to say something I didn't like. Then because it goes into something I did like.
Okay.
When they saw the body of the first girl when they opened the door, when that girl and then you see her face.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, they wanted to shock you with how the face looks, right?
Yeah.
But I don't really. When you give it away, when you put makeup on all that stuff, it's different when you see the face and it's like you've been shocked to death and your mouth just open wide for pure fear.
Yeah.
Your heart exploded because of whatever, right?
Yeah.
When they put makeup on it, you're like, right?
Yeah.
But later on, when Mark Henderson's character sees the video, Samara come at him.
Yeah.
And then they do the thing where he's kind of screaming.
Yeah.
Then he's dead in the chair, and when everyone comes to find him, it's all like built atmosphere because you don't see him.
Yeah.
You see him on the chair at like a slight angle. So when she turns it towards her, she's just screaming her head off, right? And I was like, oh, that's really good because you don't see what's there.
Yeah.
I did like the bit as well where the fly came out of the TV. Like, what video tape that the fly and she grabs the fly, and it comes out of the not the screen necessarily, but she'd be able to pull out the screen and like, okay, that's also foreshadowing for later on. But that particular bit, because then she pulled out, she's like, what? Because you think it may be static or dead.
Yeah.
And they start flying away from her when she gets distracted. Like, the dude, the black dude in the hospital.
Yeah.
When he's like the tape security guard or something like that.
Yeah.
He was Joker.
Yeah, he was just, oh, you look good for your age, man. He goes, yeah, what can I say?
He was a different movie from the rest of everyone else playing there. But he did kind of like, oh, now I'm mad. When the tape's gone, he's like, now I'm mad. And Mark Henderson's pretending to be Samara's dad.
Yeah.
Who rented out last? Apparently you did.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, okay. What?
Yeah. He stuck out, but kind of in a good...
Yeah.
Like, look, it's a dreary kind of film, so...
You sort of need those uplifting bits.
A bit of a upbeat vibe there, even though it could have been one of those where it's like a bit out of place.
Yeah. We didn't film in place.
Yeah. The Brian Cox was great.
Yeah.
In this little short scene that he was just telling you about how bad tomorrow is and whatever's going wrong, and then he just electrocutes himself in a bath or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
pretty great.
He kind of got the message of everything that was bad there.
Yeah.
Over in this compressed time frame. I was like, wow, that's very well done.
I totally forgot he was in this film until watching it again today. I was like, oh yeah, he's in this. Captain William Stryker. Awesome.
Yeah. And there was some really good dialogue bits where after they found Samara in the well and they resolved whatever it is.
Yeah.
She comes back to her kid. Naomi Watts comes back to her kid, and explains to the kid what happened. Oh yeah, we saved. He's like, oh, what did you say to the girl? Oh, we took her out of the well, or something like that. And she goes,
like, why you?
He's like, you should have left her in there. Why did you do that? Why did you take her out? And then you're like, something creepy is going to happen.
Yeah,
like, something's off key. They haven't actually resolved the issue yet. I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, she never.
You just expected not necessarily. Oh, you put the body to rest or something like that.
Yeah.
But no, there's something else now going on.
Yeah. So all she basically did was stop the curse from her, right? Yeah. By doing that. So
I did like the bits as well where some of the vibe they gave Samara was pretty good. Where you don't know where she comes from, probably demon spawn or who knows exactly, right?
Yeah.
But they don't explain. No, they don't need to explain it because it's like some sort of supernatural whatever, and it's probably better they don't explain it
Yeah,
because you
of
kind of then
course.
get a backstory and they're like, oh, plausible, whatever, right?
Yeah,
But what they should have given her is more sinister moments,
yeah,
and I don't mean that necessarily visually show her do anything, just like stuff that stories or relaying to other people about the creepiness that goes on around her, because then you'd be like, something is definitely wrong with this child.
yeah.
You know, like, is this a child from hell or whatever? You know, have you seen The Omen?
No, I don't think I have.
All right. Well, in the original Omen,
Yeah,
creepy things were happening around Damien.
yeah,
Yeah. So, because he blatantly they were like, oh, he's the son of the devil, whatever.
yeah,
But creepy things are happening without him specifically having overt supernatural powers.
yeah. It was kind of like,
I mean, yeah, I mean, it would be, but I'm just saying they could have just toned it down. Like for Samara, they could have just upped it a bit more,
yeah,
not to supernatural angle, just like stuff to make her a bit more creepy. Because when she got smacked across the head and chucked in the well, you're like, but she hasn't done too much.
yeah,
I think she's just a bit off key in
yeah,
the sense that there's vibes around her that are disturbing.
yeah. They haven't.
Jumping from the mount, the into the river and drowning themselves and stuff like that.
Yeah, they haven't established why she's super evil and deserves to be thrown into a well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they do.
But what they did, yeah, I'm saying what they did was fine. They should have just upped it a bit more.
Yeah.
Anything? Any other good bits you want to add to that?
You basically said most of what I liked. I did find when she went to the island when she went to the island, Naomi was, and she was talking to a lot of the people, and was it the doctor or someone said if someone on a small island gets a cold, everyone gets a cold.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's like, what do you mean by that? She goes, well, just put it this way, when a girl left, the island got better. I was like, ooh, that's a kind of like a good way of like saying how messed up she was.
Yeah. That's
Rather than like
a bit more something like stuff like that.
Yeah.
The hearsay stories, or you can even say, "Oh, people say rumors are," and then you can exaggerate.
Yeah.
Exactly what's what, but just give her more.
Should be more of it. Yeah. You know what? I didn't actually mind when she came out the TV at the end, because I remember seeing it the first time after watching the Japanese one. Then I watched that one, and I was like, oh, it's a bit off key. Then putting all like the filter and stuff on her. But then watching it now, I was like, it's all right.
Well,
put their own little twist on it.
My issue with that was because it actually the rest of the film had good build and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
And that moment fell kind of short for me because once she started coming out of TV and turning it to a static, like videotape graphic, you're like, oh, it's just a special effect.
Yeah.
Right, that's what, and then I was like, I don't know. It just took me out of the moment. It was like, it's one thing if she's coming out of TV legit, and then you're like, oh, so it's some sort of a legit person coming out of TV, like in the Japanese version, right?
Yeah.
Not even comparisons, but I'm just saying when you look at it and it's a special effect because they're trying to be fancy.
Yeah,
like,
I see that.
You just could have had to come out wet clothing, whatever it was.
But I see it as like, if they did it like the Japanese one, people are like, you put no effort. This is literally a shot for shot. So they had to add their little.
But it just highlights the fact that it is a special effect.
Yeah.
The other thing is, the other problem is when you like, okay, she's crawling out, she has her hair in front of her face, and I'm like, that's good. And then they show her face.
Yeah.
With makeup on, and I'm like, no, I didn't need to see her face. It's worse when you don't see it than when you do see it, because your imagination starts to run wild.
Yeah.
You know how messed up her look is. All you need is that guy screaming. Once she kind of shifts towards him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can have a way that her hair moves out so he can see it. Or whatever. But you just need his reaction. You don't need to see her.
Yeah, they could have held that off, showing her face. But
because I think it's just like, not that the makeup was bad or anything. It was just like, now I see it. It's not as frightening.
It's not as scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Took away the suspense.
It's decent. It's okay. Aside from those 2 points, it's actually pretty good until all of that. It's pretty I wouldn't say it was a shot for shot remake because they amend some things to make it more. I don't want to say supernatural, but they put it at the angle where something's off key.
Yeah.
And they don't need to explain it because they shouldn't.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's still tension there as well. So
yeah,
that's pretty good.
It's a good remake. It's a good like Western adaptation of something, because obviously, like you said, instead of just copying the whole story literally, they've changed bits and made it more relevant to a Western audience.
Yeah.
Rather than like, I liked that they changed it from them being ex-husband and wife, whatever, to people had a kid but didn't tell the kid that that guy is his dad.
Yeah.
And it kind of made it more realistic, not realistic, but
well, look, there are situations where that would happen. So if you are a young mother, which Naomi Mills' character was supposed to be, you can accept it. I wouldn't say I was modernized, but it's something a bit. It's a different. It's something that's key different that you don't need to point out too much. You know, take change or not. Just like, that's the way it is in life nowadays.
Yeah, and even the bit when the kid finds out it's his dad. I even like that little conversation there.
Yeah. Where he's just like, okay. Okay, it is, but you know,
literally.
Not like, oh, okay, we've had this conversation, let's move on. It's just like he's a mature kid in the sense that he's like, okay, I get it.
All right, didn't work out.
I mean, I might not like it, but
yeah,
hey, what's done is done.
Yeah. So overall, I have nothing else really bad. I had a few questions I thought you might be able to tell me. Some of them kind of dumb. So, if you watch the tape twice, does your days get extended? Do they get shortened? I don't know.
Oh, let's just say it probably is one deadline. I don't know how many times you watched it, because I think she watched it
3 times.
Well, she watched it, and and the deadline was still the original 7 days.
Yeah. Because wondering, like, if you just watched it on the 6th day, would it just like give you more days? Just keep doing that forever and ever and ever.
We're just gonna say one time counts, because this movie in this continuity of this movie, that's what it seems to be.
Yeah, makes sense. Other little thing. So, how? All right, I did watch the film, not like I didn't.
Yeah.
So, how did she get off of not being killed? Is it because she passed it on?
Hello.
The whole premise. Hello. Hello.
Where you asked a question?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
All right. My second question is: I don't know if you know this either. How does she escape the curse? Because she saves Samira or whatever it is, get her out the pond. But then, how come Noah still dies?
Okay, so I believe it's similar to the Japanese film where she showed him the copy.
Okay.
And then she passed it on to him.
Yeah.
But in the Japanese, at the end of the Japanese version, the lady records it. The lady's son watches it.
Yeah.
And then she records a version, and then she calls her dad, right, which is the kid's grandpa.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, she's gonna do what she has to do, right?
Yeah.
And being the grandfather of the kid, he'd probably just be like, okay, look, I'm gonna watch it, and I've got less time anyways, so allow the kid. But in this, you don't. She's gonna make a copy, and you don't know what happens next, because that's when the film finishes.
Yeah.
I read in the lead scene, she goes to a death row inmate and shows him the videotape.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I think it's probably something for the sequel. They kind of not cut for the sequel, but they will probably leave it there where it is.
Yeah.
So then when we have a sequel, we can resolve this string as well.
Okay. I need to watch
I can't 100% remember. I have seen Ring 2, but I can't remember the Ring 2. I can't remember anything about it though. But by the time it went to Rings in 2019, I think.
I think it's quite recent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not a. It didn't have the same vibe.
Oh, I thought so. Obviously, it's like
2017. Sorry, it didn't have the same vibe. It wasn't a. I don't want to say it was all played out by that point, but
it's left a bit too long.
It's not a horror.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like the transition from a horror to a slasher. You know?
Oh, is that what it is?
No. I'm just saying from my point of view.
He jumped the ship. Okay.
Yeah. Well, like I don't want to say, like how okay, the outrageous slasher films that back in the day that we seen.
Yeah.
Like Friday the 13th Part 8, which you have seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of. I don't want to say, oh, you're just waiting for the kills or whatever point, but it's not. First one was like Ring. The Ring is like a atmospheric horror.
Yeah.
Suspense horror, right?
Yeah, of course.
Not really horror because they were. I wouldn't say it's super frightening.
No.
Right, but it is sinister.
Yeah.
Vibe to the film. But yeah, I think that by the time of Rings, no, I think it's so worn down that the girl's going to come out of the TV and that stuff. You know what you're in for.
Yeah.
And kind of just repackage it as a slasher type movie ish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a cash in.
I wouldn't say it's a cash in, but it's just like you don't care about the people. Okay, let's go to Friday 13th right after this because it kind of works into. But you don't care about the characters per se enough. You just like wait for Samara to get them.
Yeah.
To a certain degree.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. In the same way as the Friday the 13th 2009 reboot, full of clunky characters that are like
the worst.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm just like, Jason, just kill these people. Just kill them. But the thing is with this, they're not as creative kills or outrageous kills.
No.
As you'd expect from a franchise like this, from the previous films. It's more like, okay, Jason's just going to go around murdering people. Right?
For no reason.
Yeah. But like, he's going to hack them to death and stuff like not like uppercut man's head off, like we've seen before, or dunk someone in toxic waste and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
That sort of stuff is silly, but amazing, right? You enjoy it. You enjoy it for what it is. I think they tried to make it more like a. I don't want to say suspense horror or slash or whatever, right? But you don't care about the people enough to want them to survive. Some of them are the proper most cliche of all characters.
Cliches as well.
Yeah, and Jason gets his head put in the grind at the end of it.
Oh, does he?
Oh, does he? Because somehow he survives, but this Jason has no supernatural powers as far as the reboot is concerned. Unless he was just born naturally with supernatural powers. Yeah, okay. So the Friday the 13th always kind of had that B movie feel to it, right?
Yeah.
So when you have those characters, those stock characters, and you have gratuitous nudity and creative kills, you're like, oh, that's a stock for the genre.
Yeah.
This is a high budget version that's kind of taking vibes from a low budget standard.
Yeah. I agree.
So when they have the nudity and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, but you don't really need it. It just feels a bit out of place.
Yeah.
Even though it's a stock for the genre, it's just like
at this point, why? Especially in 2009, you're like, really? This is
I mean, like just because it's got a high budget, it seems a bit weird to have something like that.
Yeah.
And they just hire people just to be. There's one guy who's the dickhead, right?
Yep.
And you got the two bimbo blonde females. You got the nice, kind girl.
Yeah.
You got the black guy and the Asian guy.
Yeah.
Which the black guy and the Asian guy were probably the most entertaining characters there because they were
for
kind
wrong
of
reasons.
Well, the Asian guy was a bit more outrageous, right?
Yeah.
But if there was more characters like him, you'd be like, "Oh man, this film's entertaining."
But is it?
No, but I'm just saying.
I know, but
I'm just saying. If there was more characters like this, you'd be like, "Yeah, this is something to watch for its over the topness."
I don't know. I think I would have wanted it to end it even quicker because, like, the like they played up too many stereotypes. Like, oh, this
Yeah.
is annoying.
Oh, I
Like,
was just saying, if they had more characters that had more personality,
yeah, I was about to get
then
into
you'd be
that.
like, yeah,
Yeah, like
you know,
that's
at least
where, like, to me, a lot of these films fail.
yeah,
Like, you have characters that are just terrible people, so it's like,
yeah,
of course they're gonna die. I have no care if they die or not. I mean,
yeah,
know what I mean, like, if they built up people to be nice, like when Jenna died, the nice girl, I was
yeah,
kind of like, oh, I thought she's gonna make it to the end.
yeah.
You kind of care, but everyone else, apart from Clay, the main character, Sam from
Jared
Supernatural,
Padalecki, right?
yeah, everyone else didn't give two craps about it. Like, oh, I hope they just kill themselves at this point because I don't like them that much. Like, I just want them to fall down and, like, running down the field and slip and break their neck. I'm like, deserved it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is they weren't like the kills weren't outrageous enough.
No.
The characters were a bit too far to that. The guy who's playing a dick is a proper dick.
Yeah.
So, and the blonde girl playing the hot bimbo was too much of a hot bimbo.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. I may even say this is the worst of the film we've watched out of these.
No, wait. But you're not including the bad films that we've already watched.
No, I'm talking about the ones we watched. At least 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably the worst.
Okay.
Like, I had no entertainment. I didn't get no joy from watching it. I was just constantly thinking, when's this going to end? When's this going to end?
Look, it's not terrible. It's not terrible.
Not terrible. But they tried to... because, you know, this is when it was trying to reboot every, like, horror franchise sort of thing, but make it sort of realistic, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And this is where it flanders for, like, you can tell they didn't know what they wanted to do with the film. Like, did they want to make it too outrageous or did they want to make it too grounded?
Yeah. I don't think it was outrageous enough, and it was just probably a bit too grounded-ish for my liking of the type of film what you expect from this type of film.
Yeah. And...
But it's not like you say, if they were going for the horror vibe,
yeah,
I don't know. You could do. I mean, it's a slash film at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You can't really. I don't want to say you can't really go horror.
No.
But you got the home invasion horror like that Michael Myers does.
Yeah.
It's slightly different.
Yeah.
Here's just like you've. It's a dude with a machete who's going to come and kill you. And it's like, it's not the same though as being something frightening.
No, and like the motivations in this was kind of like all over the place as well. Like, why is he killing all these people? But yet there's like that woman talks about he's still alive, and like, what do you mean he's still alive? Like that woman living randomly in the woods.
Yeah.
But then, why hasn't he killed her? But he killed that redneck guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no.
That reminds me of something, but we'll get to that in a second. Yeah.
Yeah, it's no. And then again as well, when the police said, "Oh, we went searching for them," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's not like he's hidden, is he? He's obviously in that house. How did they not find that house when he was on that search for these missing kids? Yeah.
I will say.
Yeah.
There was a part in this film where I thought, okay, at this point, I thought maybe they're just going to completely go over bonkers, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't. This is why it stuck out so much, though. The redneck dude, yeah?
Yeah.
When he finds the mannequin, do you remember what he says?
Yeah.
do you want to relay the line?
Remember that night we had when you took my virginity?
Yeah.
I was like...
And he's feeding up the mannequin as he's saying this.
Yeah. I was like, this film doesn't know what it wants to do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is if it went completely over the top, that's the sort of vibe I expect, and I'd be
Yeah.
like, this is insane, right?
Yeah. But no.
But no, they kind of went straight, and you're like, yeah, but things will get a bit uneven. Then am I
Yeah.
supposed to laugh? Like, I'm clearly meant to laugh at this stupidity here.
Yeah.
But when you're supposed to be presenting me these, I'm supposed to be fearing for these people that are dying.
Yeah.
Some of them, anyways. You're like, yeah.
And then the black guy, his
Yeah.
character annoyed me because they kept on going to the well of, oh, you're only saying this because I'm a black man.
Yeah.
Only joking and stuff. I'm like, right. The first time, okay, it's kind of funny, but you keep rehashing this joke. It's getting boring.
Because it turns out I am a black man.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm not your stereotype, but I am your stereotype.
Yeah.
Rightio.
It's like,
yeah.
Like, it kind of had me at the beginning when he goes to that girl, oh, I need to do some work. I'm trying to start a record label. And she goes, oh, rap. He goes, no, black guy can listen to Green Day. I was like, okay, cool. But they're trying to set him apart from what they're trying to picture here. And then he goes, no, I'm only kidding, it's rap. I'm like, okay, you just...
Though he did have quite a fun bit as well, where he was smoking the weed and then he was looking to jack off and he couldn't find anything, and then he just found a catalog magazine.
Yeah.
Without knitted tops or like sweatshirt.
Yeah, something stupid.
And then they looked at the old grandma there, who's probably 60 something, or 70, Silver Fox style. And he's like, okay, you're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
But the problem with that scene as well, I thought, this is dumb. Okay, so they're in a cabin, like a mansion cabin, basically. I'm pretty sure there's loads of bathrooms. You could just go to a bathroom and do it.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is they should have completely, like, if you're gonna do that and you have those things go overboard, right? And people will remember them.
Yeah.
But then, you're trying to play all the other things straight, and it's just like,
It's like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not unwatchable. It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right.
It could have been better.
Yeah.
It to certain degrees, like I think more outrageous would have been better. More,
yeah.
Because they leaned more towards this is a serious threat to the victims.
Yeah.
And you're like, but we don't really care about these people that much.
No. Or if you're gonna go super serious, stick to it.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't think about it. Yeah, I mean, you could have tried to be super serious as well, but I don't think it would have been as good as it was.
But at least it wouldn't be as annoying as that was. If that makes
it wouldn't. It'd be consistent at the very least. Okay. What did you think of The Thing?
The Thing.
2011.
I rather enjoyed it.
Okay, so
there's a little bits I didn't like.
I tried to. Okay, here's the thing with this, right? I tried to watch it as though it's his own individual thing without comparing to the previous thing.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not bad as a. How do you want to say? Do you want to call it a horror? Because this is the other one is more of a suspense horror, right?
Yeah.
But this is not.
No, this is not.
It's more of an action horror.
I would say this is more of a set-up film. Literally, that's how I saw it. Like, oh, you're setting up.
All right. Okay.
They're trying to copy certain beats, but...
And I see what you're saying, because it takes half an hour to introduce all the characters.
Yeah.
And I think about the 40-minute mark, there's the first kill-ish.
I believe so, yeah.
Or something, right? But it takes halfway through the movie for the actual
thing
pace to pick up.
Yeah.
People getting picked off, right?
Yeah.
But I think Mary Elizabeth Winstead was really good in her role.
She's really good, yeah.
And I bought her. She's a autopsy specialist or whatever.
That's the one.
Biologist.
Yeah.
That then transitioned to more of a bit of an action girl role.
Yeah.
But it was logical.
Yeah.
Kurt
Russell.
Joel Edgerton was pretty good in it. But then you get the other character. Okay, so what sets apart this from John Carpenter's The Thing?
Yeah.
Is that some of these characters act like chumps.
Yeah.
Whereas most of the characters, 90% of the characters in the Thing 1982, acted sensibly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of these people did not act sensibly. They
No.
don't act like traditional horror characters. Either they like the guy who's in charge of the project, he was out for himself,
Yeah.
and then you had the blonde guy, Eric Christian Olsen, who was acting like a coward.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
his character, how they portrayed his character, it made sense for him to be like a coward.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Randomly. They kind of went a bit more stock in that sense.
Yeah.
And then you kind of just like, oh, you people are clearly you people are going to get wiped out.
Yeah.
Because you're not even acting sensibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but there are good bits to it because they instead of doing the blood test, like obviously the thing was sabotage the blood test, they used a different thing to kind of weed out the thing, which was like, oh, you couldn't copy non-biological. Yeah. So that was pretty good, and I did like it where they're dismissing Mary Elizabeth Winstead being one of the only two females there.
Yeah.
Right. And I think she was under someone else's rank.
Yeah.
And this guy was trying to, don't ever contradict me in front of everyone. So they,
Yeah.
Trying to set her in a position to not necessarily fail, but when you like, look, as the audience you're watching, they're like, she's the most sensible person there.
Yeah.
Listen to her.
Yeah.
Right? And then everyone's, I don't want to say being a man necessarily, but just kind of like.
No, they're being 80s men. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're most of them are men, I want to say.
Yeah.
And then the one other woman goes, look, come with me. Look, I believe you. Come with me. Let's get the keys to the car. And then that lady turned out to be the thing. I was like, oh, okay, that's actually a smart move.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Eliminate the person that's the biggest mental threat here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I did I understood why there was so much friction and stuff, because obviously half the people there couldn't speak English, so
yeah,
I didn't know like in the original thing,
yeah,
they all worked together, so they knew each other, didn't they?
Yeah,
because they didn't know each other.
Yeah, because you had something just coming there for the just to find out what that thing was, what was ever in the ice capsule.
Yeah, so I thought that was quite clever how that they played on the like paranoia with that. Like, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. And
I did like how basically one of the guys, the Norwegian guys who didn't speak English, essentially was like, I trust Kate, the character Kate, who's played by Mary Elizabeth. Just like, nah, man, I'm putting all my chips on her because she knows what she's doing. I don't understand what the hell she's asking for. Yeah. And I'm like, that's great. That's great. Yeah. Then she basically, because she took charge because the guy backing her had the weapon.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, smart move there. I just didn't like that they showed too much of the thing.
Yeah.
I want to say as well, show too much, not in the sense of it doesn't need to be practical because the CG is also not a problem here, but
no.
It makes the animatronic or whatever it is, it looks too smooth, whatever it is, yeah. But also, you didn't need to see it so much as well. No. It kind of took away the.
Mystique.
I don't want to say. Sorry.
The mystique.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the fear of what it could be rather than what it is.
Yeah.
A bit like the same problem with the ring as well.
Yeah. They did show it a bit way too much, especially at the end when it's literally you see it like
walking towards it with its thing, with its claws or its mouth trying to open at them and stuff like that. It's like but you don't need to do that. The tone was like better when you more of the who can I trust vibe.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying this kind of turned into action horror in that sort of genre, because now you see it and it's us versus it for survival. But I'd rather have the suspense story of any one of you could be it.
Yeah. Rather than I know you're not it because you're not the thing because I can see you because you're waving your tentacle arm thingy jigs out at us.
Yeah. Look, I mean, it was actually not bad directed as well. The look of it as well, but
it's not like it's not terrible. It's a good film. It's a good futuristic prequel. We'll say it that because it came out like 30 years later. But
yeah.
it did take some of the good bits from the original, but
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing, right? I know as well. Let me point out the end where because it's
yeah,
kind of bleak as well. She's all Mary Elizabeth has survived the situation. Then she goes off in the truck or whatever it
yeah,
is,
tractor thing,
but
yeah,
she's just got a free step because she can't. There's no. They cut all the wires for it already.
yeah,
So yeah, that's that for her character.
yeah, kind of sad.
Yeah, but it takes too many beats from the John Carpenter's thing
Yeah,
where it doesn't differentiate. It does have neat bits where it differentiates itself, and then it has bits where
it's a carbon
they,
copy.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Now I don't know if the excuse is well we have to tie ourselves back into that one as a prequel.
yeah,
Because it is neat how they left all the trails there, so when Kurt Russell goes over there, he sees all that stuff.
yeah. I like that.
Um, but it's just too,
It's too neatly done.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And it's like, okay, we're seeing something that we've already seen over there
yeah,
previously, 30 years ago.
yeah,
And some of the stuff we haven't seen is a twist on it, but only because they thought, okay, we're going to subvert your expectations and not do exactly what you expected. We're going to do something slightly different.
yeah,
And you're like, yeah, but you need to be okay. When I say you need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet, if it was if it was the first film you watched of the thing,
yeah,
it's kind of fine.
yeah. I get
But
that.
it's not different enough to stand on its own two
No.
feet as a. But then again, watching these back to back, one of them you'd say whichever you watch first would be not as good as the one you watch second because there's too many beats that are similar.
Yeah,
Would we say that? Yeah.
yeah. You kind of that's always happens. These sort of things. You're like
Yeah.
the one you see first, you always prefer.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like the Aaron and Neve for this film.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. Did you
yeah.
ever? Okay, so you only seen the thing recently. So do you know
Yeah.
about the video game?
Yeah. I heard about it. I haven't played it.
Okay. So okay, actually, I had a neat thing in the video game
Hmm.
where I think it happened. The video game happens at the end of the original movie,
Yeah.
and what the mechanic is that you've got medic engineers and soldiers with you,
Yeah.
I think, and then you've got a suspicion bar.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're playing obviously a human, right? Because
Yeah.
you're the main character.
Yeah.
But what happens is you've got to make sure everyone else in your team
Yeah.
is satisfied with how you're leading it. Otherwise,
Okay.
if they get suspicious of you, they're gonna say you're the thing, and then try to attack you. So you're
Yeah.
gonna keep as many team members happy as you possibly can.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's a good mechanic. I haven't played it. I would like to have played it, but yeah, I think yeah, I don't know if the video game has a different story to how if it's exactly the same, it's just gonna be like as the prequel was.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like it's exactly the same. But I think it's different though because you're in it now
Yeah.
as the main character playing. So then it's an action horror. It's a proper action horror, like Resident Evil 2 is an action horror,
Okay.
and Aliens is an action horror.
That's pretty sick.
I mean, they could have went for that vibe, I suppose. If they went for that vibe, that it was an action horror, proper one though. I mean, is the thing could be okay. So if they did the movie first, right, the prequel,
Yeah.
where they're trying to shoot down the thing,
Yeah.
trying to kill them, then you could say by the time it goes into the original from 1982,
Yeah.
it's decided on a different tactic
Hmm.
because it's like okay, going on here trying to kill everyone. Like I'm the big beast, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
No.
Let me try from a different.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I could buy that. Why that's different to that? Obviously, then you do that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If you do that, then the thing, your prequel is going to be not the vibe people are expecting who have seen the original.
Yeah. I wonder if the original idea they might have went that way, but then studio interference or whatever changed it. Because that would, like you said, that would be a pretty neat take. That's why he's like, I'm gonna pretend to be a human, so I can trick them and leave.
Yeah.
Because, I tried the all out, trying to murder everyone. Didn't go so
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
The only one I think so. You haven't seen the Thing from Another World.
What the hell's that?
Okay, The Thing from Another World is what this is based on. Both of these are based on.
Okay, yeah.
Let me see. 951, black and white film.
Okay.
Now I was curious, as you do,
Yeah.
because you're like, oh, okay, if the thing is based on this original movie,
Yeah.
what's it like? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not bad actually.
Oh, okay.
It's different.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't. Okay, so it doesn't turn into people to such a degree.
Okay.
It's like a plant monster. I want to say look
Yeah.
like, because in black and white you can't like, oh, it looks like Swamp Thing, right?
Yeah.
But they team up, the group, the researchers try to take it down.
Okay.
I want to say sensibly. Well, actually, you know what? Do you want to put it on the list to watch?
Yeah, go for it.
Just for the difference, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't want to spoil too much or anything like that. You can watch it and we can say we've done the Thing trilogy at least.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but look, it's not bad by itself, but you probably couldn't watch the other one without saying one's a ripoff of the other.
Okay.
Too close, they're too similar.
Okay.
These two things, right?
Yeah.
Because The Thing from Another World, 951, is different enough.
Yeah.
That is more is the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We will put that on the list.
Now, right. My question to you is,
Okay.
I know you suggested to make the remakes this time, right?
Yeah.
Last time of the previous ones we watched.
Yeah.
And I'm suggesting the first version of The Thing, because we're going to knock off all the things.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch another Jason film, or had you had enough of those?
No, I'll watch him. I might hurt myself. No,
All
I won't
right,
hurt myself. It might hurt me inside. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm gamed. I'll do it.
Jason X.
Okay, cool. It's
Okay.
not the worst one.
Yeah. All right. And should we at some point work? Unless you have something that's going to be similar lines to The Ring or the Disaster Artist, we're going to have to probably figure out some other films to watch later.
Yeah. I could probably find some in that same sort of wheelhouse. So yeah, I'll have a think.
Yeah. I think the Disaster Artist is going to be. There's no more Tommy Wiseau films to watch.
Oh no, there is. If you want to watch a Tommy Wiseau film, yeah, I can find
What have you got?
Right,
I won't say if we watch it or not.
There's one with. It's a film. Have you heard of Samurai Cop?
Yeah.
He's in Samurai Cop 2.
Oh, okay, but is it with Greg? Because it's a film with Greg Sestero as well, right?
No, that's Best Friends. That's a one I want to see. I haven't seen it yet. It's another film written by Greg and Tommy. And it came out in 2017. It's meant to be like a dark comedy.
I'll tell you what. Oh, okay. I just searched it up, right? And it's 2 films.
Yeah, I just realized that now, yeah.
Yeah. So it's 203 minutes in total. I'll tell you what, right?
Yeah.
Should we just throw these 2 films then in that, and we don't have to do something for The Ring? Because
Yeah.
The Ring has got. I know we're trying to run the same remake sort of thing because we picked the theme.
Yeah.
But if this film is going to be this long, and
Yeah.
essentially 2 films,
Yeah.
and yeah, we can leave out The Ring for now. I mean, we'd only
leave it
be
out for now.
Ring 2, Ring 0, Birthday. I don't think The Ring's still got the same Ring vibe. That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, we could always just do a Ring-centric episode. We could talk about
Yeah, exactly.
Ring 02, Ring 03, and Ring
Exactly.
2, whatever. Yeah.
Because this Best Friends might be something bad / good to watch.
Yeah.
And we could definitely have it say, we knocked off the entire Tom Wiseau catalogue.
Yeah. For now, until he brings up something new. Yeah.
Yep. So the Thing from Another World might be like something interesting to see how people got the people who made the 1982 thing got inspired by parts of this to make and cleaned up and eliminated certain things and heightened other things to make that cult classic film.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Seems like interesting.
I think you'll enjoy Jason X. Because it's over the top. It is over the top. It's even like it's. I want to say it's towards number 8 of things, but it's even more crazy. It's silly. It's just silly.
Okay. How
yeah.
silly. No, I've seen bits and pieces, so yeah. I would like to watch it.
I mean, Outrageous Kills is what we're after, right? And a campy, hammy, good time. Is the best way I can put it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Right. Gonna be fun.
Right, that'll be us ending this episode.
Yeah.
I am the son of Pamela Voorhees, C.Y. Chung.
Pamela Voorhees, okay. And I am the mother of Greg Sestaro. Betty Sestaro? I can't remember what her actual name is.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I don't know randomly why you chose that.
Neither do I. Could have said like Denny, but... Or Chris R. But nah, I'm Greg's mum.
Okay, fine. Thanks for taking a trip around the multiverse to us.
And
bye.
Bye. See you in California.